Simpson, that is precisely the case outside these walls, but we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Kaepernick now on first down.
Completion here to Claypool.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They're just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. One is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's Kaepernick to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And, CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game of their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And the Vikings are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And the play clock becoming an issue, so Mike Zimmer's forced to call a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big play that time on the catch and run. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On play action, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Handoff here to Nwangu.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Throwing is Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield.
And he will have the Vikings first down. He needed 5. He got it barely as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
Play fake. Cousins. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
No score.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it.
Goes right back to Smith again. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! T.Y. Hilton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. To return, it's Cam.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Kaepernick. He's going to wind up and air it out.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 40. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Kaepernick now to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Cook on the first down carry there as he works his way forward for a gain of about 4.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
2nd down, Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Cook.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point safely through, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
Well, it certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
Now a play fake. Kaepernick. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
On the give, this is Harris. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback, right?
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Devin Bush, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Kaepernick going to throw.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end, Freiermuth.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Buying time to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity, right?
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
They go play action. Cousins. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Play action now. Cousins. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Cousins now from the 50. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Cousins now. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Steelers 10. Chris Boswell, the kickoff.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Final play of the half, Cousins. And the catch made by Hilton. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought
and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Off the play fake, Cousins. Over the middle here, it's Hilton.
one thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
out of the gun. Cousins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see them drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he's got this to Jefferson. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 25-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. On play action, Cousins. Caught left side by Hilton. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. They get this out left. Touchdown! A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Score Vikings 28, Steelers 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going. He's got a man, complete, past the 20, and all the way down to the 5. A big play there on the catch and run.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay and in for the Steelers, touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth.
His third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Steelers 17. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They start the drive with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Cousins throw here pulled in by Hilton.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He's going to get this one down to Cook.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
10 more yards. That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
A first down throw for Cousins. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Kaepernick. He's going to go up top again.
Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Yeah, and the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. quarterback looking to throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yep.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
49-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Play fake. Cousins.
There's Jefferson to pull that in.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. I'll get him. Finger on the off. Check, Mike.
Throwing. Cousins. And complete. Right side to Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Check 99. Check 99.
Now Cousins. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation. Give me a fresh ball.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Akella Witherspoon. 20, 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's right.
Anytime we have
That's
a
right.
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick.
And the Vikings are right back in this football game.
Do you have one of those charts that tells you to go for 2 or go for 1?
I don't. I know you do, but I don't care what the chart says there. You got to kick it, right?
I agree totally, because somewhere the chart's something's gonna pop out of the chart and say, hey man, just kick the extra point here. You're in good shape. I think they were chasing points there when they didn't need to.
Yeah, try to get a little bit greedy, take the lead in the 4th quarter. Now they still trail by 1.
6-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth-quarter deficit, and they need this drive to end in points.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
You think about this strong safety position. They're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now Cousins. He's got Smith here. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Come on, QB, come on. Hey, flipper.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Go 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. He's got it to Hilton. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. Cousins now to throw on 1st down.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and short. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. On 2nd down, Cook. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook,
his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big two-point conversion attempt. Cousins to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Akella Witherspoon.
And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game.
34, Steelers 29.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now Kaepernick. It's brought in by Harris. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Kaepernick to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Kaepernick.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Back to throw, Kaepernick. And that one drops to the ground, incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds, 19 left. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty.
And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with the